Danvers Asylum in Danvers, Massachusetts has quite a history. It was opened in the 1800s. It inspired H.P. Lovecraft in the writing of The Thing on the Doorstep, which in turn inspired Arkham Asylum. I almost got a chance to go inside it. But anyway, an asbestos removal team has less than a week to finish a job cleaning up an abandoned asylum. The 5 men include Gordon, the boss, a new father who's under a lot of stress. Gordon really needs this job, and if he doesn't finish it on time, his company's reputation is going to take a big hit. Working for Gordon are Phil, who's just broken up with his girlfriend, Hank, a charming man about town now living with Phil's ex, Mike, a law school dropout who knows about the history of the asylum, and Jeff, Gordon's dopey nephew. They get to work clearing out the place, and things start going off the rails before we're even aware of it. In an old cardboard box, Mike finds the recordings of the hypnosis sessions a doctor spent with a young woman with multiple personalities. As the week of work continues, Mike sneaks off to listen to the tapes whenever he can. As he goes through the tapes in order, they reveal a case of multiple personalities. Or is it possession? And what does this case have to do with the feeling that there's someone in the asylum watching the crew? Session 9 is in the tradition of Val Lewton and Jacques Tourneur, working on the viewer's mind and fears rather than displaying something monstrous on the screen. Like the best haunted house movies, this one is about how the supernatural presence picks at one's weaknesses, with the horror slowly taking hold of the characters without they or the viewer really knowing what's going on. Is there a supernatural presence, or is someone breaking under the strain? Session 9 really goes into what you want from a haunted house movie. It stays there, it lingers there. There aren't jump scares, there aren't skeletons popping out. It's a decaying place, and it makes you want to get out. And at the exact same time, you want to know more. You want to know everything. You want to know what's behind all this. It's a study of space, of a few guys overwhelmed by this giant place, but they can't just leave. They have a good excuse for staying. They need the money. As the men work, we not only see the horrific asbestos and ruin of the building, we see some of the methods that were used against the insane. We see a potter's field where those who had been abandoned there ended up. We learn some of the techniques used, and this just reinforces the sense that this is an evil place. Whatever was done here, most people will never know anything about it. Where does all that contained rage go? Mike going through the tapes gives a sense that something is coming when he gets to the Session 9 tape. Ambiguous horror can be the best kind. See The Innocents, Don't Look Now, The Last Wave. The best of these supernatural or not flicks leave us unsettled. Did what we saw come from a psychological issue, or something truly outside of us and unexplained, even Lovecraftian or cosmic? Is Gordon being haunted by the spirit of a former patient? Does Phil, who spied giving money to some strangers, have his own agenda? There's a scene in which one character goes back to the asylum in the middle of the night that really gave me the heebie-jeebies. He's looking for something valuable, and he hears sounds. I'm not too proud to admit that watching this scene in the middle of the night alone really got to me. I actually turned off the DVD player because it was getting late, and then I realized I was turning it off because I was scared. I immediately put it back on. This blending of the supernatural and reality-based threats keeps the characters and us off balance. I feel strongly about Session 9 because it delivers the goods. It was a flop in theaters, but it seems to have found an audience. I've noticed it in more than one Best Horror of the 21st Century list. Drop by the Danvers Asylum some night, but watch your step. As the movie's tagline says, fear is a place.